Welcome to the Explainer. So let's talk about something I know we've all felt. You sit down at your desk, you're totally ready to crush it and conquer the day, right? But instead of actually building your business or creating something meaningful, you just get instantly swallowed whole by digital overwhelm. Sound familiar? Yeah, I thought so. Today's Explainer is all about escaping what I call the modern productivity trap. We're diving into a real masterclass on reclaiming your lost time, specifically looking at the training frameworks developed by Openlink Digital. Their whole approach? It's built on a super simple but honestly incredibly powerful idea. You've got to stop just tinkering and actually start leveraging your tools to skyrocket your daily productivity. Let's get right into it. So, how much time did you actually waste on digital busy work today? Come on, be honest with yourself. The source material we're looking at today paints this painfully accurate picture of a total nightmare scenario. Picture this. You wake up to 200 unread messages. A client is suddenly demanding a launch video out of nowhere. You've got a blog deadline just breathing down your neck, and you open your project folder only to stare at the bare-bones skeleton of a sales page you promised to finish last week. It is just a massive recipe for absolute burnout. And what do? We do what everyone does. We open up our tools, type some random stuff, and just cross our fingers. But as we're about to see, just hoping for the best, that is a terrible business strategy. And that brings us to Openlink Digital's core philosophy. It's so refreshing. They say that most business owners absolutely do not need more software. What they actually need is to know how to use the tools they already have and use them confidently, creatively, and consistently. You know, so many of us fall into this trap thinking, oh, the next app or that new monthly subscription, that's going to magically fix my time management. Spoiler alert, it won't. Openlink's approach is custom built for people who literally hate wasting time. Their courses are fast, they're friendly, and they are completely free of fluff. They basically just strip away all the boring theory and hyper-focus on practical digital skills that actually unlock your productivity and get rid of that paralyzing sense of overwhelm. Now, this whole philosophy becomes just incredibly powerful once we bring AI into the mix. Openlink teaches that AI isn't just some futuristic buzzword you throw around at parties, and it's definitely not just a tool to make you type a little faster. It is the ultimate leverage. When you actually use it right, AI becomes your 24/7 assistant, your lead copywriter, your strategist, and your data analyst, all rolled into one single powerhouse. It's all about doing way more in significantly less time with a fraction of the effort. You basically get to step away from the keyboard and let the system do the heavy lifting for you. Openlink is super blunt about this. Hope is not a system. We all know the classic hope method, right? You're blindly typing into ChatGPT, tinkering endlessly with these half-baked prompts, and wasting hours revising a first draft that sounds like it was literally written by a robot. Now, contrast that with the system method. Imagine typing just one single, carefully engineered line of text. Bam! Within seconds, a full conversion-ready sales page appears. Or maybe one prompt that instantly spits out a video script, a thumbnail idea, and a whole month's worth of social media posts already scheduled for you. You walk away with the brand voice, the plan, and the assets in less time than it takes to drink your morning coffee. Absolutely wild. Okay, so how do you actually pull off that kind of speed? Well, Openlink's ChatGPT Essentials course is built with this brutal laser focus on actual results. They give you a prompt system specifically engineered to generate copy that actually converts. Things like emails, scripts, killer headlines. Then you get workflow blueprints to automate all those annoying repetitive tasks you do every single day, like customer replies or repurposing content. Plus, they hand over real, industry-tested, ready-to-drop templates. No vague examples here. And honestly, the best part? A literal playbook for quality control. This acts like a guardrail so your AI doesn't hallucinate a total disaster, guaranteeing you never publish junk content again. It's essentially your complete toolkit for buying back hours of your day. All right, let's pivot from AI automation over to content creation for a second. Here's a stark truth about today's digital landscape. Average content basically costs you twice. You pay for it first with your time and money to produce it, and then you pay again when it totally fails to perform. You simply cannot afford to put pretty but pointless content out into the world. But look, we all know video editing is notoriously frustrating and a huge time sink. Openlink tackles this head-on by completely ditching the confusing jargon and the friction. Their goal is to help entrepreneurs pump out fast, highly polished content that actually stops the scroll and captures attention, without bleeding away their entire week. Seriously, if you've ever felt that cold wave of panic when opening up professional editing software, you're gonna love this. Their Premiere Pro for Absolute Beginners course uses a brilliantly simple 3-step system. First up, you actually learn to confidently navigate the interface and import your footage without having a mini panic attack. Second, you figure out how to efficiently cut clips and drop in professional transitions and text. And third, And this is a massive time saver, guys. They completely demystify export settings, so you know exactly how to render your videos to look perfect on literally every single platform. By focusing strictly on real-world projects, like Reels and YouTube videos, creators can crank out polished stuff with absolute confidence. But hey, what if you want to take that content to the next level with some slick motion graphics? That always looks incredibly complicated, right? Like you need a fancy film degree and, I don't know, a black turtleneck just to understand what's happening on screen. Well, Openlink's After Effects course takes what is traditionally a very intimidating piece of software and makes it shockingly simple. They hook you up with practice files, cheat sheets, and templates so literally anyone can apply professional glows, glitch effects, or animate their logos. No film degree required, no years of technical training. You just plug into their streamlined system, which lets you add these high-impact skills to your toolkit in a fraction of the time it would normally take to learn. Let's step back for a minute and look at the big picture here, because really the whole shebang comes down to one word: leverage. It's about replacing busy work with revenue. If you're just looking for some academic certificate to hang on your wall or a long-winded theoretical lecture about what software might do in 10 years, yeah, these courses definitely aren't for you. Openlink Digital's training is built for the founders, the freelancers, and the creators who need results today. It's about taking weeks of grueling production and squashing it into days. It's about rapidly closing that gap between your brilliant ideas and the actual finished assets, so you can stop outsourcing the very things you could easily own in-house. So I want to leave you with one final, pretty important question. Are you ready to stop tinkering and start building a system that actually works for you? I want you to take a hard look at your own daily inefficiencies. Just think about it. How many hours did you lose this week to tasks that could have been automated or templated or just completely streamlined? The digital tools we have right now are insanely powerful, but only if you have the fluff-free playbooks to actually master them. Do not let your time continue to silently bleed away. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. I really hope this deep dive into reclaiming your productivity has left you super eager to rethink how you approach your own daily workflows. Until next time, stay focused and keep building.